on CTV News at 5.
I think it's really important for young people especially to start to learn.
Money management, why nearly half of Canadians have avoided getting financial advice recently.
It's a good keepsake that you've made, and it's a unique thing to take home.
Back to the Bahamas. We'll show you some of the island's most unique experiences and give you tonight's contest keyword.
When they call it Lily's dream, this is a dream.
Hitting the ice, how a storybook inspired a new program to help children with disabilities.
We have some clouds moving in and showers returning for parts of the region tonight.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Stephanie Seacos in for Maria Panapalis. Thanks for joining us. First at 5 tonight, financial literacy. At a time when everything seems so expensive and many people are barely getting by, a new survey reveals nearly half of Canadians have not gotten financial advice in the last 6 months. As CTV's Vanessa Wright reports, there are still lots of misconceptions around credit cards and credit scores. Vanessa.
Yeah, that's right, Steph. And financial experts have a few clues as to why that may be.
A new study suggests Canadians aren't just stressed about finances, they don't fully understand it either.
We learned that nearly half of surveyed Canadians said they were unsure of how credit scores are calculated. And we saw all sorts of other tidbits that led us to believe that Canadians have a gap in their knowledge when it comes to credit.
The study by Capital One Canada also found 41% of Canadians haven't sought any form of financial advice in the last 6 months.
Surprising, but not surprising.
Financial expert Wendy Brookhouse says it may have to do with stigmas around debt.
People have a lot of emotions tied up with their debt, a lot of maybe shame or worried about being judged because they have debt.
Without proper financial knowledge, misconceptions about things like credit can quickly spread. The study found 41% of people believe using 80% of their credit card limit, even when paid off, increases their credit score.
That's not actually directly a fact. We do look at things like how much of your limit you're using, but there isn't a magic number.
But it starts with financial literacy, which some Maritimers admit to having a lack of where credit is concerned.
Do you know what a credit score is?
No, I don't know what a credit score is. I've heard people talk about it.
I'm still learning and I'm still young, so I know I need to manage my financial, and also I also trying to build up my credit score.
I think it's really important for young people especially to start to learn, and as you become a professional in the life, you should definitely learn more.
Experts say the best thing people can do is be open to seeking money advice.
Whether that's a financial advisor or a credit counselor, those are two different kind of places to go. But understanding the degree of issue you might be having with debt would help you decide which way to go.
And on the topic of credit, financial experts encourage people to spend within their means. Of course, it's a tough task. Everyone's battling rising costs right now. Steph?
Thanks, Vanessa. CTV's Vanessa Wright reporting live in the news center. And that brings us to tonight's web poll. We're asking, have you sought financial advice in the last 6 months? Your options are simple, yes or no. You can go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and see the latest poll results. I'll pass things over to CTV's Todd Battist for a preview of what's coming up tonight on CTV News at 6.
Hi there, Stephanie. Thank you. Yes, at 6 o'clock, surf sand and syringes. That's what visitors are finding along Nova Scotia Beach, Crystal Crescent in the Sambro area near Halifax. One local has collected a bunch of needles which look to be used to inject steroids. Now he's warning others about what he's running into on the popular beach. We will head down there to assess the situation at 6 o'clock. People opposed to infilling of Dartmouth Cove took their fight to the Nova Scotia government. The group is accusing Premier Tim Houston of potentially interfering with the city's decision to stop the project from going ahead. The province has ordered a review of the city bylaw, and time is almost running out on that. Well, it's no secret that the cost of, well, just about everything is going up, which begs the question, how much do you need to make an hour to live comfortably? Coming up at 6, we'll take a look at how much workers need to make a living wage in New Brunswick in particular. The number may startle you. All right, now let's go to some startling numbers on the weather map behind Kale and Mitchell. They are low, my friend.
Yeah, things have really cooled off since yesterday as we've started to get into some of that polar-sourced air that broke down well across a good portion of North America. Temperatures right now around the Maritimes, mostly around the low to mid-single digits. Feeling a little bit chillier today, of course, with those gusty west winds. In fact, checking in on the winds right now, we can see they are sustained at the moment between 15 and 30 kilometers per hour. We are getting some gusts reported between 30 and 50, except peaking a little bit close to 60 for parts of Prince Edward Island and a few areas of Cape Breton. The winds are going to be diminishing as we make our way towards midnight. As that happens, though, we're going to see some cloud cover increase basically across the entirety of the Maritimes, but increase the most for Nova Scotia. And in the west of that province tonight, that is going to be followed up by some rain and some showers, and then some of that wet weather, and this is off a weak low pressure system that's going to be making its way past the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia. Some of that wet weather will wrap back into eastern parts of that province, as well as Prince Edward Island. So I'll have more on that in the forecast later on. Stephanie.
Thanks, Kaylin. Coming up next, we are heading back to the Bahamas with CTV's Katie Kelly.
Hi, Katie Kelly here, exploring the islands of the Bahamas. I'm going to tell you how you can experience this for yourself coming up. Yes, this view could be yours.
Join us for an elegant evening at the Holiday Black Tie Gala, November 22nd in Halifax. Kick off the holiday season by supporting mental health programs in Nova Scotia. For tickets, visit mentalhealthns.ca. We'll see you there.
Katie Kelly is in studio to tell us more about why it's better in the Bahamas.
Yes, Steph. Tonight, I take you on a tour through the heart of Nassau to discover some of the island's most unique cultural experiences. In the Bahamas, culture surrounds you. And nowhere is that more alive than at Educulture, the Junkanoo Museum dedicated to the country's most celebrated festival.
Junkanoo today is the National Cultural Festival of the Bahamas, started by enslaved Africans over 200 years ago in the Bahamas, who used 3 days holiday at Christmas to recreate their festivals from home. Out of that has evolved what we today know as the spectacular festival called Junkanoo. Boom, 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 boom.
Here, visitors get a hands-on lesson in the heart and history behind the parade, complete with music and dance.
We are going to make sure your feet are moving to the sound of those drums, and we may find you a pair of cowbells so you can enjoy yourself, but it gives you a different perspective on the depth and the gifts that the people of the Bahamas have in addition to their environment.
Junkanoo isn't just a celebration, it's an experience.
I think it gives you, first and foremost, a different view of the Bahamas.
A short drive away, the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas shows another side of the country's soul.
I think what people love is that they get to see the diversity of Bahamian art, colors, the patterns, just seeing the way Bahamian art has evolved over time.
The gallery is the island's creative centerpiece, showcasing works that celebrate Bahamian identity, both past and present.
People are just amazed at all the stuff that we do is not one-dimensional. I think a lot of people think that Bahamian art, or art in general, is just paintings and drawings, and it's so much more.
Just up the hill, history blends with luxury at the Grey Cliff Hotel and Restaurant, an 18th century estate.
It's a great oasis for people to come to and, kind of escape Nassau and visit, a part of history.
Grey Cliff is a world of experiences all in one place. Each stop offers something unique to see, taste, or create. Tucked beneath the estate is one of the largest wine cellars in the Caribbean, home to more than 250,000 bottles, some worth thousands of dollars each. Next door, master craftsmen roll premium cigars by hand using age-old techniques, while guests sit back and savor the experience. And on to one of the sweetest stops on the estate.
So a few years back, we started our chocolate factory. So you're going to suit up, and you're going to look wonderful in your hair bonnet.
Here, visitors sample small batch chocolates made right on site and even create their own bar to take home. Guests can also take part in creating one-of-a-kind wearable art.
Boutique is famous because we have a couple of boutique companies here in the Bahamas.
Each shirt is patterned using melted wax, then dipped in color to reveal bold tropical designs.
So it's a fun activity, and it's a good keepsake that you've made, and it's a unique thing to take home.
And just down the road, a different kind of Bahamian flavor. At Tasty Teas, wellness and tradition come together.
We grew up drinking what we call bush medicine, so different herbs, flowers, and leaves that come from the bush.
The business traces back to the vision of Hilda Forbes. After a cancer diagnosis, she says she experienced a spiritual calling.
In a dream, she saw the soursop leaf and Revelation 22:2. The leaves of the trees are for the healing of the nation.
Tasty Teas welcomes visitors to sample their handcrafted blends, all made right here in Nassau.
It's a great experience. I think really atmosphere is the main thing. So they come in, they feel welcome, they feel like they're having a good time. And then the drinks taste great, the food is good, so, you know.
So another amazing day. First of all, what did you think of my drum skills?
I was going to ask with that, because personally, I am not musically gifted or inclined whatsoever, and your face made it seem like you were not perhaps either.
Yeah, I tried my best. There was another girl who was with us on the tour, and I was looking her in the eyes, and she was just helping me. I was like, okay, I got this. So much fun, though, and that museum, so much history. There's so much more than we could even ever share in one show. But yeah, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Also, Greycliff, the chocolate making, that was so fun. 3 different kinds of chocolate that they make right there on site. Yeah, just so much to see, so much to do, and so much more to come. This is going to go on all week. You're going to continue to see me in the Bahamas, but it could be you very soon.
Could be, because CTV and the islands of the Bahamas have teamed up on to send you on a tropical vacation.
It's so exciting. One lucky viewer and a guest will win round-trip direct airfare from Halifax to Nassau. The 7-night stay at British Colonial Nassau also includes meal vouchers and a day trip to Blue Lagoon Island. That's where we're going tomorrow, Steph. Ooh. You're going to experience an intimate dolphin encounter plus so much more each weeknight from now until Friday. We're going to give you a keyword. Once you have it, head to ctvatlantic.ca and follow the contest prompts, or you can scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can enter once per keyword, and that winner is going to be announced on November 21st.
And tonight's keyword is islands.
Islands. And that's where we're going tomorrow, baby.
Yes, thank you, Kelly. Katie Kelly. We'll send it over to Kayla now with the forecast.
I'll tell you one thing, a day like today, it'll make you long for some Bahama-like weather, because today we were putting the burr in November. It was chilly. We had that gusty wind. You can hear it here as we take a look at the view near Member 2 in Cape Breton. I'm going to have more on the forecast next.
It's going to be pretty emotional running into Bedeck on that last night when I'm coming into Shabakdo Street.
It was certainly emotional on Monday evening when Herbie Sakalauskas completed his goal of running the entire Cabot Trail for a cause. As we told you not too long ago, the Cape Breton man was running the full 276 kilometers of the trail over 4 days to raise money for a new cardiac device at the Cape Breton Regional Hospital. He went well over his $30,000 fundraising goal, managing to raise $41,452 for the foundation. Congratulations to Herbie on an epic feat on 2 feet. And it looks like he came home to some rain Monday evening. This morning, not very nice out there either today.
Yeah.
We were just chatting. I had the full scope. I started with showers this morning, into those ice pellets, into snow. But then the sun came out.
Yeah, I mean, that was sort of the downside of seeing the rainy weather move out, is that following up right in behind it, we have this chilly air that was arriving from the west, and it did turn over parts of the Maritimes to some things like some snow showers. Taking a look out here at gray skies in the Eastern Passage in Nova Scotia. Winds, of course, were blustery for today as well. As we take a look at our sunrise and sunset times for the provincial capitals. Now, barometric pressure is still towards the lower side, sitting around 1,000 1,000 millibars in all 3 maritime provinces. We have a number of low-pressure systems that are still around us. In fact, we're kind of surrounded at the moment. The strongest one is sitting to the north, place over parts of Labrador. There's another low that's coming through parts of Ontario and Quebec, and another low pressure system that's beginning to approach off of Cape Cod, and this one is going to be pushing some wet weather towards western areas of Nova Scotia as we make our way through this evening and tonight. Now, not a lot is showing up yet on radar. Maybe the start, leading edge of some of that wet weather making an appearance offshore there of the south shore of Nova Scotia, but as we head through this evening and tonight, it is going to be rain and showers coming into the southwest of Nova Scotia, and even a chance that by around midnight, some of it can move up towards the Halifax area and even the eastern shore of the province. Now, as we get into the morning hours of Thursday, some of this wet weather is going to be wrapping back off the Atlantic across parts of Cape Breton, across parts of the eastern shore and north shore of Nova Scotia, and into Prince Edward Island. And for Thursday, this part of the Maritimes, PEI into the east of Nova Scotia, we'll call it periods of rain. There'll be some showers for the remainder of Nova Scotia, and in New Brunswick for tomorrow, it's a chance of a shower or flurry throughout the day. The chance of flurries will be highest Fredericton and north in New Brunswick. The chance of a shower highest right around the Bay of Fundy coastline in that province. Now, rainfall amounts, where the rain is expected to be a little bit steadier tomorrow, parts of the east of Nova Scotia. There may be some totals as much as around 10 to 20 millimeters. Otherwise, we're looking at some rainfall amounts mostly in the range of 2 to 10 millimeters. That would include parts of Prince Edward Island as well as areas of the southwest of Nova Scotia. Winds are going to be changing direction as well. For tonight, they're still out of the west. Tomorrow's winds, though, becoming north and northeast, and they'll be sustained in a lot of cases 10 to 20 kilometers per hour, with a few gusts getting up between 20 and 30. Temperatures for tonight around the Maritimes are still chilly, especially in the north of New Brunswick. There are some lows falling into a range around -4 to -6. Much of the rest of the region looking at low temperatures tonight between -2 and +2, with a few areas of coastal Nova Scotia with some lows of around 4 degrees. In the forecast for Thursday, high temperatures for New Brunswick, mostly between 2 and 6 degrees, around 5 for Charlottetown, most communities in Prince Edward Island, and for Nova Scotia for tomorrow, most of the high temperatures between 5 and 8. Here's a look at Friday's weather, and you can see we're still surrounded by a number of low pressure systems, so we're still expecting to have some showers and some flurries in the region on Friday. Showers are most likely across Prince Edward Island and eastern and central areas of Nova Scotia. There will be a chance of some showers or flurries kind of passing through the southeast of New Brunswick, and you can see the temperatures in the Maritimes on Friday still cool, between 0 and 4 degrees for New Brunswick, around 5 for Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island. Most of the highs for Nova Scotia between 4 and 6 degrees. Let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from Parker Landry from Waterford, New Brunswick. And Parker has sent us a drawing of a peaceful scene in dedication to Remembrance Day. Thank you, Parker. And weather watchers can come into CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Stephanie.
Thanks, Kaylin. Some sad news to share with you now.
True patriot love.
Peter Bis, the longtime Halifax Mooseheads anthem singer, has passed away. Bis was diagnosed with an aggressive form of brain cancer earlier this year. He had been the anthem singer for 15 years and was previously a member of the band The Hopping Penguins. The Mooseheads shared the news on social media, recognizing his unwavering dedication and contagious passion. Peter Bis was 62. Time now for one last break. Still to come, turning a dream into a reality.
I'm Ryan McDonald on the Member 2 First Nation, where today a brand new program hit the ice aimed at giving kids with disabilities the chance to skate. The story is coming up.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter.
60 seconds, 10 questions. If you can pull that off, you're going to win $1,000.
Join us every weekday at 7 a.m. for the $1,000 Minute.
We wrap up tonight with a new program in Cape Breton aimed at giving children with disabilities a chance to hit the ice. It's called Lily's Dream. And as CTV's Ryan McDonald shows us, it's based on a book written about a little girl and her own dreams of being able to skate.
It was a rather special school skating event at the rink in Membertou today, as students with disabilities were fitted into specialized equipment and taken for a few laps around the ice.
When they call it Lily's Dream, this is a dream because it does more. It does as much for us as it does for the kids.
Lily is a fictional character in a book written by Jim McCormick, one of the people spearheading the new skating program.
In the book, Lily, who has a disability, says, and my dream is that every child with a disability has the opportunity I had to get on the ice.
To turn that storybook dream into reality, the Lily's Dream Society raised more than $20,000 for assistive on-ice equipment and supports. They also assembled about 30 volunteer skaters to accompany the students around the ice.
The expressions on the children's faces, it's amazing. It starts with complete apprehension and fear. You can almost see it in their eyes. And within 10 minutes or so on the ice, they're smiling and laughing.
They wouldn't have had that chance before.
The Membertou Sport and Wellness Center donated the ice time to the cause, and participants can get fitted with skates and a helmet inside the rink's shop.
Any time we can partner with a group like this to put on some stuff for these special needs students in the school system, I think it's awesome.
Following today's launch, the idea is that the Lily's Dream skates will take place every Wednesday from 11:30 to 12:30 here at the Membertou rink.
Our hope is that others in the country will hear about this program and emulate it, because I think it's doable.
For now, the plan is for students from different schools to come here and skate on a rotating basis.
People leave this place with tears. It's a good day.
Hitting the ice happy, and when it comes to Lily's Dream, it's a case of life imitating art. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Membertou First Nation.
I have so many fun memories of skating growing up, so it's so nice to see every child get that chance.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. Chance for it to really be inclusive here in the country, especially since we have so much access to things like ice rinks, for sure.
And it's really only a matter of time until we'll be skating outside, but not quite yet.
Yeah, I'm hoping not a lot of ice around the region over the next little while, but temperature's certainly going to be chilly, and I'll be talking more about that coming up on CTV News at 6.
Great. Well, thank you, Ken. We'll see you again at 6 with Todd Battis. And for now, the national news continues. Thanks for watching tonight.